Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, as always, want to give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth through the Holy Spirit. And as always, giving a special peace and blessings and salutations to the Lord's hopeful elect. All right, I'm the brother Zion. And Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to feed the sheep and the lambs of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And as you can see from the title of the video, you know, you enemies out there, you know, you can't break or stop the true ministry of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And I saw a few videos that I wanted to respond to, but I'm just going to address it in this video here. And they both are off the page of the elder brother Manat Zakba, GMS South Carolina 08. And the first video I saw was the Vocab Malone video when he was he teamed up with Sanet, and they basically got together and was just talking a bunch of BS about the Israelites, because we all know that these individuals out there, if they don't speak on the Hebrew Israelites, their pages are not relevant. They don't have anything to do. You know, their world is in turmoil if they're not speaking about us. You know, any camp, you know, they speak about all the camps, talking about the Israelites in general. You know, their world is in turmoil and is filled with boringness if they're not speaking about the Israelites, you know, which proves that, you know, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans out there and the dispersed amongst the four corners of the earth that have the spirit of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, you are the chosen people. That's why these enemies, that's why our enemies, okay? Because like the elders and apostles like to say, you know, if you see IUIC debating Vocab Malone, all right, even though we don't agree with the IUIC, we're gonna root for them because, you know, the basics of their foundation is that we're Israelites. So yeah, we're gonna root for IUIC if they're going up against a debate versus Saneter or Shaka Atmos or Vocab Malone or any Christian for that matter. You know, anybody that teaches opposite of what we teach, you know. But the bottom line is, you know, you got these individuals that get together and they talk shit about the Israelites because they ultimately see that we're not rattled. You know, whatever they tried to do, Vocab Malone, whatever he tried to do, Saneter in his prime years on YouTube, him coming up with, what was the nigga name? The black nigga. Brother Polite and Sarah Seti, and all these streets are terrible, by the way, so Salakia for the camera bumping. All these great debates they tried to have versus the Israelites, you know, back in the 2010s and whatnot, you know, it all failed. And they see that brothers are still rolling in the spirit, and none of us are rattled. You know, you guys were just bumps in the road, just, you know, just pieces to the obstacle course. You know, there's been many people and individuals who've come up against the Israelites and have failed greatly. And you've been destroyed by the true doctrine of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Because there's nothing that can cut the true doctrine of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. You know? The Lord gave us the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to be able to go into these holy scriptures and break it down the correct way. That's why the scriptures say they were hewn down by the prophets. You know? None of you individuals out there can stand a true test against the true men of the Lord. All right? So going back to what I was saying, you have Vocab Malone, Shaka Atmos, and Saneter. All right, these niggas, they don't be in my mind, so they slip my mind often. All right. Anyway, and they were sitting in the living room, I believe they was at Saneter's house, and they just rambling and talking just to get views on their pages. But at the end of the day, you guys are not teaching anyone anything. You know, And nothing is coming out of your doctrines. Like if you was to ask us that question, well, what's what's going to come out of this? We're going to tell you, well, salvation. We're going to be delivered from the destruction of America. We're going to be delivered from the nuclear missiles. We're going to be delivered from the micro C-hip and the coming calamities and Jacob's trouble. And we're going to break it down to you, according to what the Bible says. And it should make sense. But if you're not of the elect, you're going to buck up. It's not going to make sense, And that's what, some of these guys, they don't really accept Yahweh Shem Yahushua as their power, which that's okay, because the Lord said that the election have obtained it and the rest were blinded. He said that through the Apostle Paul in the book of Romans. So it's okay that you guys don't get it or don't have the I'm not going down that street. These roads are terrible, man. It's okay that you guys don't get it or you don't have the proper understanding. That just ultimately means you're going to be destroyed, talking about you Israelites, and you're going to come back in the kingdom, and you're going to understand it then, because you're going to come back through the loins of the elect. All right? So, hey, do we have ops? That's what the young boys say today. Do we have ops? Yeah, we got ops out here, man. Spiritual ops, all right, that try to come up against the ministry of Yahweh Shem Yahushua and try to make it seem like we're teaching to no avail. When we're definitely doing this for a purpose, man. For the crown of righteousness. All right? And then you have another thing I saw was you have these different individuals on TikTok. There's a bunch of scoffers on TikTok, man, who constantly make these videos against the Israelites, and it's mainly Jakes making videos against their own people because they have no oil. Their lamps are dry. So they're constantly making these different parody videos talking shit, right? But when Yahweh Shem Yahushua says those birth pains, and those birth pains begin to hit the earth at a rapid pace, all right, when the Lord mentioned the sword, famine, death, and destruction in 2nd Ezra 15, you niggas ain't gonna be making no parody videos, man. You're not gonna be on TikTok. TikTok is gonna be shut down. Social media is gonna be shut down. So then what the hell you gonna do? All right, then all those little parody videos you were making is gonna become, a reality. Then you're gonna go from making parody videos about the Israelites into searching for the Israelites, because you're gonna be trying to get that word. Like there was a recent video that the elder brother did, Manat Zagba, and this dude was he was mocking Salakia, there we go. Lost you brothers for a minute. But there's a saying in the world that says laugh now, cry later. Right? And there's a lot of you people out there who's laughing at the prophets, talking shit about the prophets, making parody videos about the prophets. But when your children can't eat, when destruction hits, when your woman lining up to get that chip to go feed your children, shit ain't gonna be funny then, man. And that's what a lot of you people don't understand, because you haven't been faced with death. Death hasn't stared you in the eyes yet. And see, we don't have to be stared at by death to understand the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. We get it now. We don't have to go through all hell. We want to be protected by the Lord, man. Okay? So you got all these people, and it's always the same ones, man, coming up to the camps, asking us the same questions about precepts, the same questions, like we haven't gone over this already. If you can't get it, stop coming up to us, man. It's clear that you don't have the same understanding we have. It's clear that we don't agree with the same doctrine. So why you constantly keep harassing us and coming up to the camps? Ultimately, because you're bothered, man. You're bothered. You're hurt. Deep down in your spirit, you know that we got the truth, but you just don't want to admit it. So you just want to keep fucking with us, man. But the Lord is going to start judging a lot of you dudes too, because you're not sincere when you coming up to the camp. You ain't trying to really ask no sincere questions, man. You know? But you're not going to stop the ministry of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua to continue. You're not going to stop it from continuing. Salakia, that's what I'm trying to say. And that's why the scriptures say, if this thing be of man, you will be able to stop it. But this is of the Spirit of the Lord. You see a bunch of so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans standing up for something that's righteous, and now all of a sudden you're really scared. But it's really, hey, we're just reading out the scriptures. We ain't got no guns. We ain't got no weapons, no swords. Well, on behalf of Great Millstone, we don't. Can't speak for everybody on that one. But we're just coming out of the scriptures, man. But it's making sense, so these people are afraid. They're like, oh, shit. What these guys are saying are actually, it makes sense, but we don't want to let them know it makes sense, because then we'll basically be revealing ourselves that they have the truth. But you don't have to reveal it to yourself. We know we got the truth. We don't need you to verify it. It's already verified in the heavens, man. We don't need you to verify it. It's already verified in the heavens. You know? So there's nothing any of you devils, you know, our enemies out there, is nothing any of you can do, man. Any of you can do that's going to stop the ministry of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. No matter how many parody videos you make, all right? No matter how many times you get together with other little minions and talk shit about us and upload videos on YouTube, it's not going to stop America from being destroyed. It's not going to stop none of you Edomites from going into slavery. It's not going to stop the heathen nations from going into slavery. It's not going to stop the Israelites from being on top. Nothing you do is going to stop the prophecies of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, period, man. So give it up. Give it up, all right? Even though I know you're not going to give it up. You know, but you got some brothers be like, man, stop. Man, why y'all keep making videos on us? Stop bothering us. No, that's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to constantly harass us and do what they're doing. That's actually what they're supposed to do. But we know they're not going to stop. The Lord controls everything. You know? Like there was a dude who came up to the camp, I think it was 2 weeks ago. And the brothers was like, man, get out of here. I said, nah, it's this target practice, man. This is the time to, hey, brothers, sharpen up their swords. You know? Bring out them precepts. Like when we used to have a lot of debates back in the day, we don't have that many debates like we did back in the day. Everybody used to come up to the camp all the time. And brothers used to be able to keep their swords sharp. You know, give me this precept, give me that precept. So now when somebody comes up to the camp, you could actually just use them as target practice, you know? Get this precept, get that precept, because there's always somebody coming up saying some dumb shit. So you could use that to sharpen up your sword, you know? Just, you know, just a word of advice. You don't have to, but you can, you know? But the closer we get to the end, the closer more oppositions, the oppositions are going to go harder and harder. So we got to go harder and harder. The stronger they go on the left, the stronger we go on the right. You know? Don't be making no comments on videos. Man, won't they just leave us alone? Don't be making them type of comments, man. Do videos on it. Sharpen your sword on it. All right? The enemy is going to be the enemy. All right? The enemy ain't going to stop, so you don't stop. Okay? Just know that they ain't going to stop shit that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua has set up. Just know that. All right? On to the next one. Shalom.